Every day, millions of Bangladeshi students click I agree on apps that decide what happens to their data. This is what those agreements actually say. Bangladesh's edtech platforms serve millions of school students, users who, under law, can't even sign a binding contract. To register, a student hands over their name, birthday, school, class, syllabus, even banking details. Nobody reads what's promised in return. So we did, all five, line by line, and then rewrote the clauses that fail. 4 private companies, 1 government platform. 10-minute school, the market leader. Shiko, built for grades 9 through 12. Bohubrihi, a Shiko-owned brand. Ostad, a completely unrelated company. And Muktapath, the national e-learning platform run by the government's own innovation agency. We read every policy directly from each platform's live website. 10 identical criteria applied to all 5. No accounts created, no systems probed. Every finding here comes from a document the company chose to publish. Here's what 10 criteria across 5 platforms actually looks like. Green means the policy states something adequate. Amber means it's stated but qualified away. Red means it's simply absent, and red dominates this table. Only one platform, 10-minute school, genuinely honors deletion requests. Not one offers real age verification. Third parties are almost never named. And when it comes to giving students meaningful control over their own data, 4 out of 5 platforms fail outright. This isn't a close call. This is a sector-wide pattern. Exhibit A, Shiko's own policy. We reserve the right to change the terms and privacy policy without any intimation to you. No notice, no warning. Your silence is treated as your agreement, even to changes you were never told about. Exhibit B, the policy promises you can request deletion, then quietly takes it back. Such prior information is never completely removed from our databases. A right granted in one sentence and withdrawn in the next. Exhibit C. You should not expect that your personal information will always remain private. You assume all responsibility and risk. The company chose the systems. The company chose the vendors, but you carry the risk. Exhibit D. Disputes go to binding arbitration in Dhaka, final and binding, for a platform whose own stated users are students in grades 9 through 12. A minor cannot legally agree to that in the first place. And here's what we found when we compared these policies against each other. Shiko and Bohubrihi, 2 different brands, are 93.3% identical, word for word. Ostad, a completely unrelated company, uses the exact same 16 section headings in the exact same order, just reworded. 0 of these 4 private platforms wrote a policy that actually describes their own practices. They copied each other's paperwork, and none of them wrote their own. So we searched all 4 private policies for one word: minor, child, guardian, parental consent. 0 matches across all 4. These platforms exist because children use them, and not one policy acknowledges that a child is reading it. The only children's clause we found anywhere belongs to the government platform, buried inside a free off-the-shelf template generator whose entire opt-out mechanism is uninstall the app. Under Bangladesh's own Contract Act, a minor cannot form a binding contract, yet these policies bind them to arbitration and liability waivers anyway. Under GDPR, the right to erasure can't be written away in the same sentence it's granted. These aren't just bad practices, they are legally indefensible. So we didn't just criticize, we rewrote it. Here's the clause that silently changes without telling you, replaced with one that gives 30 days notice and asks for your consent before anything changes. This is what a policy that actually respects its users could look like. It isn't hard to write. Nobody just bothered to. And this problem isn't somewhere else. Our own university portal, the one holding our transcripts, our national ID numbers, our payment history, publishes no privacy policy at all. 4 out of 7 Bangladeshi universities we checked publish none either. A policy nobody wrote protects nobody. Read the fine print, because right now, no one else will.